What a Crockett. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, Cory Booker in the Senate, he's had enough. His party is a mess, and he knows it.
The Democratic Party needs a wake-up call. It's time for Democrats to have a backbone. It's time for us to fight. It's time for us to draw lines. When are we going to stand together? If we don't stand as Democrats, we deserve to lose.
Oh, but come on. I mean, sure, it may seem like the party is rudderless. It may seem like the Democrats are leaderless. But obviously, Cory Booker hasn't spent enough time watching Jasmine.
You have been clearly one of the rising stars of the Democratic Party. Why do you think you have been able to connect with people, especially young people, because you have a big following among younger voters?
I don't sound like a politician all the time. Instead, I sound more relatable and like a frustrated American. As everything is kind of falling apart around us, we still have some very good political figures that are seemingly holding it together in front of the camera, and I'm looking like, what the hell?
That's what we're saying, too. Well, The Atlantic just published a lengthy profile of Crockett, calling her a Democrat for the Trump era. The piece notes that her colleagues still haven't learned what, to her, is obvious. Democrats need sharper, fiercer communicators. The profile's author, Elaine Godfrey, says Crockett told her, quote, "It's like there's one clear person in this race that has the largest social media following." In other words, hello. Well, she's only a two-term congresswoman representing Texas's 30th district, a sprawling area that includes South Dallas and Tarrant County. She's a hardcore leftist. Her MO is to be a political bomb thrower, usually with race front and center.
The only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys. This is why they don't want us to have education, because they don't want any more Kamala Harrises. They don't want any more Jasmine Crockett's. But I got news for them. I don't care what they do. We will fight to the end to make sure that we get our due.
We get our due? Well, she tries to play the role of the oppressed. But Jasmine Crockett grew up quite comfortably, raised by her parents in St. Louis until their divorce. Her dad was a postal worker. She attended private schools, like the prestigious all-girls Catholic school named Rosati Kane, and graduated from the Mary Institute and St. Louis Country Day School before that. Then it was on to Rhodes College in Memphis. The tuition and housing for her final year was approximately $29,000. She went on to graduate from the University of Houston Law School, not bad. And now she'll say just about anything to get attention.
Every little hate that they spew your way, my way, it is because they know that they see how beautiful we are inside and out. If they could, they would throw me back in chains.
I mean, it's so absurd. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. But this is what the Democrat Party has come to. They have zero solutions, only grievance and gutter talk. And the bombastic and grammatically creative Crockett has mastered both.
Listen, he up there, he's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. And we ain't gonna sit for that. Yeah, we in love with Putin. What is happening? This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up. I would tell him to grow a spine and stop being Putin's hoe.
Yeah, Putin's hoe. It's all performative, right? Her sound, her swagger. But just 3 years ago, when she was first campaigning for office, she sounded a little more buttoned up.
It's good to see you in the new year. No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need.
Oh, how noble and sacrificial of her. Which is the real Jasmine Crockett, though? Well, the call for public service came and Jasmine answered. But back to that Atlantic profile, they saw something else in Crockett, a raging narcissism. And for a woman who claims to be so tough, she has exceedingly thin skin. They described her as highly conscious of her self-presentation. Crockett wore acrylic nails painted with the word resist and a set of heavy lashes over her brown eyes. The lock screen on her phone is a headshot of herself. And Crockett apparently thinks she should be able to control to whom a journalist speaks when they're actually reporting a profile. 4 days before this story was published, Crockett called me to express frustration that I had reached out to so many House members without telling her first. She told me, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions. Yeah. And yet another gem that speaks to Crockett's highly racialized view of the world. From the same profile, Crockett said that Hispanic Trump supporters had almost like a slave mentality. I asked Crockett whether she had ever regrets about her public comments. She raised her eyebrows and replied, "Obsessed dimwit." But on the trade issue, come on, at least we know whose side she's on.
The fact that I'm rooting for Canada and I'm rooting for Mexico a lot is really wild. But they are really the ones that are speaking truth to power right now.
Send me a memo when the phrase truth to power is retired. But there are some Democrats in leadership who apparently aren't at all amused by her. Last month, Crockett was forced to drop her bid for a key post on the House Oversight Committee. The defeat is a latest blow to Crockett's leadership ambitions. She lost her November bid for Democratic Policy and Comms Committee chair, a high-ranking position in the caucus that helped shape the party's messaging strategy. According to news reports, some Hill Democrats find her messaging style, quote, overzealous. But the messaging is really the least of her problems, because Democrats like Crockett have convinced themselves that Trump is successful because he's controversial, because he uses blunt language. Trump's real success comes from his policies. His policies simply make the average American's life better. They lead to more peace and more prosperity, a better border situation. Because Trump fights for the little guy. He doesn't just talk about it, he does it. But Democrats like Crockett? Well, they fight for a very small subset of elites and activists by advocating for illegals, DEI, transgenderism, and yes, for nuts like Randy Weingarten. Now, this is why their approval numbers are absolutely in the toilet. And having toilet mouths with big social media followings isn't going to help them. And that's The Angle.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.